Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Power Hour. Me and Luke are here again. I am Jordan, if you don't know me. This is episode 4. And today we decided that we'd like to talk about some of our favorite theme tunes for wrestlers. Because there have been some incredible ones over the years. We do have a little bit of a caveat. Certain theme tunes we won't be talking about.
So anything
because
licensed.
They're almost too good.
Yeah, so anything licensed, your CM Punks, your Edge, your Batista, there's a couple from The Undertaker, people like that. Anything that is a song outside of wrestling.
Yeah. I do want to take a minute to mention the likes of Edge and Batista.
Edge and Batista are like the two best.
Because
God
it's
tier.
Just something about it, right? It's just, yeah.
I've got them on my Spotify playlist, and when they come on, like it's immediately like the volume's all the way up in my car. So they're just banging tunes.
They're just like banging. Proper hype moments, right?
Oh, they're great.
It's something about when they kick in, it's so hype.
Yeah. They're perfect entrance movie.
And then Punk, Punk's got his cult of personality and all that. And it works so well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's the key thing, for me at least. The best theme songs are the ones that say something about the wrestler, rather than just being a cool piece of music. The ones that are a cool piece of music are cool, but because they don't connect to the character necessarily, they don't really do much for me.
Randy Orton.
Yeah.
For example. That's not one we'll be talking about because that is also licensed.
Yeah. So I think what we should do to start with then, Luke, is give some honorable mentions.
Okay.
Because, I think we're probably going to do this as giving a top 5 each.
I was just going to go with the flow off the top of my head, mate, to be honest.
Fair.
Don't mind.
I don't have any particular order, but I've got 5 that I can talk about.
Okay, sick.
But I want to give some honorable mentions first. And as we're on the subject of CM Punk, one of mine is his original theme. Because...
What do you mean original?
So before he had the licensed song in WWE.
No, that's licensed as well.
Is it?
Yeah. That's by a band outside of wrestling.
Is it? Wow, okay.
Yeah. What are they called? They're called... I listened to that. Hold on. I'll find out.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah. What are they called? Kill Switch Engage.
Okay. Interesting.
But no, again, dope song. What's Randy Orton's for a single night?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Did not work. But yeah, they're a big old pop rock band.
Okay, interesting. I didn't realise that. Because I like that one as well. I do like that one.
It's a good one.
It gets forgotten because of cult of personality, but I didn't mind that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's the one he came out to at the infamous Money in the Bank match. So
yeah.
It was only when he returned after that cult of personality was.
For sure. Yeah. So other ones that I want to make kind of quick mention of. Rey Mysterio.
Both of them are sick.
Yeah. I mean, he's not quite up there, and that's why I'm mentioning his now. I also think, weirdly, I don't know if it's just because Miz is on my mind, but I quite like Miz, his theme.
It fits
The character, and it does its job. I recommend watching that Miz 24 documentary on the WWE network. It's a good one.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's a good one. He talks about kind of the problems he had in the locker room in the early days and a few other things. And it's quite enlightening, and it actually changes my perspective on him a little bit. So it was really nice, actually. It's only about an hour and 20 minutes long as well, so
yeah,
not too bad. What about you? Any kind of honorable mentions that you've got?
Yeah, I'll throw Rob Van Dam in there. I think he's
Yeah, for sure.
Um, I'm thinking of Chris Benoit as well, but I'm not entirely sure if that one was a licensed one or not because it's kind of like an evolution of his older song. It's just like his older song with lyrics. So I don't know
And also, it's
if it was
hard
a
to
song
know
that
whether some
existed
of them are
already.
licensed because some of these themes are made by, bands who are outside of wrestling, but
Yeah,
they're
they're
made
brought in.
specifically for
Yeah.
wrestling.
So
So it's
again, with
hard
like
to
Rob
know.
Van Dam, it's the same thing. He had the instrumental first, and then eventually he had the lyric one. Steve Austin did the same. Benoit did the same, but I don't know if Benoit's is a licensed one, which is why I'm putting it in honorable mentions. If I knew for sure, it would be up way higher, because that is also a banging tune. I'm just trying to find out, but I don't know because it is done, obviously by a
I
full-on.
gotta ask a question before we
I
start here. Obviously, it's important to say we are only doing WWE themes. Uh, we're not
right, yeah,
we're not going into AEW and stuff like that because I think we could be here all day because there are some amazing themes from
I'm
other
not that big.
companies.
I'm not that big into AW's ones.
Not all of them. I like a few,
No, there are a couple that
and
stand out for
also
me.
there's some old TNA ones that I like
Mm-hmm.
a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, let's get going here. Let's talk about some of our favorites. I'm gonna start, and I am going to go with. We are doing this off the top of our heads, so give us a minute. Um, I'm thinking it might be again because he's on my mind from last week, or from the last episode. But Eddie Guerrero,
yeah, yeah.
I like a good Eddie
It's a
Guerrero
dope one.
theme. Um,
100%, 100%.
and it's that thing of that's one of those themes where it comes on and it means something. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you instantly click,
it's
you
one of
know
those
who it is.
like Edge, like Punk stuff like that. That's got like an opening that is like instantly recognizable and it's hype.
Yeah.
When you
Mm-hmm.
hear Viva La Raza, you lose your shit.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Great one. Yeah, that's a great one. I love
So
Eddie.
yeah, Eddie. I love Eddie.
I don't remember Chavez. Oh, it was Chavito, wasn't
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it?
What I would, what, you know what? As a quick aside on Eddie for a minute, I do still think to myself. Obviously, Eddie passed away, but I can't help but wonder as a wrestling fan if he didn't pass away, what would have
Oh,
happened?
mate.
Because he was getting
He
to the
was,
point where he was one of the top guys.
yeah, yeah. So he was about to be given the title again.
Yeah,
They were building him to put the title back on him, from what I remember. Um,
and
man, he would have
yeah,
been.
man.
I mean, he is already huge. All of the, the Benoit, the Jericho, that kind of era that came over were,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All
apart
those
from Malenko
guys
and
did
Saturn.
well in the ring,
Um,
and.
but those three in particular were incredible, and
Yeah.
we've seen the course that Jericho has gone on. You have
Where
to
do you
imagine.
sit? So talking about Jericho, where
Mm-hmm.
do you sit on Jericho's themes over time? Because obviously they've changed a little bit, but
I love him. To be
yeah,
fair, I think he had a clever thing done with his where they changed for every character change.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So when he went to that suit wearing, slow talking heel, he dropped the countdown.
Yes,
I loved them. I think they're great.
yeah,
Anytime he's going to show up in a Royal Rumble and it hits, mind
yeah.
gone. Like
His
great. I love him.
original theme though in WWE with the countdown and then the
Mm-hmm.
like
Iconic.
what like that's really cool.
Iconic.
It's Yeah, because I just watched that moment again the other day of like his debut in
Oh yeah,
WWE,
yeah. I
and
watched it
my
yesterday.
God, man,
Yeah,
that guy like
yeah. He's an absolute star.
somehow he was instantly a star, right?
Yeah.
And I don't
It's
know.
it's kind of a shame that even if we were talking about AEW, we can't talk about Fozzy in this because
No, but then
damn, that is a good
in a
song.
weird way, I kind of think that song would apply because it's his song.
Ah,
You not?
it's a licensed song. It'd be cheating in our rules.
True, true.
That would be cheating.
So what so I did Eddie. What have you got?
Christian.
Which one?
But either, they're both dope. Like, Just Close Your Eyes is the better
What?
one.
What, you like the original Christian?
At last, you're on your own. Hell yeah. It fitted him so well. It was great. Just Close Your Eyes is the one. I would also shout out his current and TNA one, because those were both dope as well. They've got a countdown as well.
Just
hugely
Close Your
underrated.
Eyes is like next level though, right?
Yeah, it's great. It's one of those when it hits. Unfortunately, debuted in ECW again, which was mad.
Do you know the only thing I would say about that theme, which puts it down a couple of pegs for me? It's one I really like, but it is one that it feels like it could be on any wrestler. It doesn't feel like it needs to be Christian.
I mean, yeah, you could say
does that make sense?
A lot of themes, yeah.
It doesn't. It's one that doesn't really connect to the character.
Sure. I guess. I mean, you could say that about a lot of songs. I mean, like Edge, for instance, apart from the "You Think You Know Me" thing.
Yeah.
Everything else could just be, and CM Punk. We saw Randy Orton use it. So, yeah. There are only a few. Maybe this is one we do at some point, where there are already a few that are like perfectly fit the character, or like almost tailor-made for that character.
Yeah. I do like that one though. Just Close Your Eyes.
It's a fun one, and again, it's just part of my love for Christian.
Damn, I'm gonna start singing in this episode, Luke.
I'm not.
These themes just get me. Like, it's in my head now. It's playing. I'm gonna go for an obvious one, but I just love this theme. Like, this is another one of those where when it hits, it just does something. Right, it just does something, and that is D-Generation X.
Okay.
The DX theme.
Yeah.
I think is iconic. It's Jim Johnston, great composer of many WWE themes over the years, and I just think it's something about when that theme hit.
It was Chris Warren. It wasn't Jim Johnston.
No, but Jim Johnston, Chris Warren sang it.
Tune.
Chris Warren sang it, but Jim Johnston did the music.
It's criminal to let him go.
Yeah, I know. And
he's not even in AEW, is he?
So he did an interview with Van Vliet recently, where he said to him it doesn't. So Van Vliet basically said, "Oh, did AEW reach out?" And Johnston was like, "No." And to him, he said he thinks that's nuts. Like, he was even saying
that is nuts.
He thinks it's nuts that they.
I mean, this is a dude that's responsible for so many iconic theme tunes.
Yeah,
some of the best.
And also, he knows what he's doing. Like, he was saying, he was actually one of the guys who said the theme needs to, in some way, connect to the character. It shouldn't just be a good piece of music. And I do think that's a mistake that some of the themes make today, where they go for a good piece of music and then they sort of go, "Who will this fit?" It's an odd one. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. What was I talking about?
You were talking about Jim Johnston. We were talking about DX's.
Yes. No, because for me, the thing about DX's theme is when it comes on, it's almost like that instant feeling of, oh, some shit's gonna go down. Something's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And somehow it even does that still today. Even as they're all retired and they're old men, it still has that feeling of, if that theme kicks in and those guys come out, something is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I think that just makes it iconic,
Yeah.
So what else have you got?
I'm trying to avoid stuff like Stone Cold and The Rock and stuff because they're very, very obvious.
Yeah.
One I do want to shout out though, and I think it's a bit underrated because people are like, well, it's just a remix of this other guy's tune. It's Dean Malenko. Sorry, not Dean Malenko. It's a remix of Dean Malenko's, but it's Cesaro's first one.
Okay.
Because it was an updated remix version of like Dean Malenko's, and like it fits because that's who Cesaro is as a wrestler. He is like a newer remix version of a Dean Malenko. And it's dope. And I like his current theme, is the superhero thing. But I just don't. I think they peaked with that and they took it away from him and they shouldn't have. I never really liked the siren thing they did with him. I
Okay.
think the bar theme was dope, but that was just Sheamus's. Yeah, I really, really liked the. I thought, like I said, I thought it really fit well because if people knew well enough to be like, wait, that's like Dean Malenko's,
Yeah, that's
then
true.
there's like an immediate connection there.
Yeah.
And I don't like it was different enough.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah.
faster. It had a beat, more of a beat to it. It was updated. It had lyrics. It worked. Really, really worked. It's not like one of my favorites full time. It is just one.
Talking about themes, I
Mm-hmm.
think is important to mention. In the current product, Roman Reigns has got a new theme,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
and I'm not sure yet either. I think he needed a different theme. I get that.
100%.
I do think it
I think
helps.
it's an odd time to debut it as well. Just kind of on a random SmackDown.
Kind of, but I think they wanted the match to mean something. Like the match to them.
I mean, it would have meant something without that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns.
But I think to them it was a big moment because it was like this match means something, so this feels like the right.
Yeah, they have treated it. They're now calling him the final boss. It's like, yeah, but we've been saying that for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is part of the reason. If Brock Lesnar does come back, I want Reigns to just fucking kill him, and then he retires.
Kind of,
because that'd be
kind of.
Because I think Roman Reigns
think
could fill that void.
I still think Brock is the really odd one though, because it will never happen, but in the back of my head, I've still got this thing that if you could get him there every week, even if it was for 3 months, people would actually care.
Yeah.
I think if he was there all the time,
I don't think it's that people don't care though. I think it is just
you know what's going to happen.
It's kind of overstayed its welcome. It's like the Goldberg thing.
Do you think that if he came back as a face, that would be different though?
No, because people aren't as intrinsically tied to good guys versus bad guys anymore.
That's true.
As we saw with The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, Kevin Owens, and Goldberg sort of thing.
That's true, actually. Yeah, that's a good
if Brock comes back, he has to do what Goldberg just did, lose.
Yeah. I also get a feeling that Brock isn't going to come back.
Yeah, I kind of feel that as well.
And I feel like if he does, it will be for one final match in like a few years' time.
I kind of get the feeling, at the very least, he's not going to come back until there's a full crowd again.
Yeah.
Because
which I think makes a lot of sense as well. Like imagine what a moment another Lesnar return would be if we haven't seen him for a year and a half.
I can imagine
like at that point.
Reigns doing an open challenge. Brock's the one to answer. The crowd goes mad, and then the crowd goes dead when he just kills Brock.
Yeah.
Because there has to be that time where Brock is conquered.
I'll tell you what, though.
Fundamentally,
I've got to talk about Brock Lesnar's theme because
I
really like it.
Yeah.
I really like it a lot. And it's that moment of, I remember his original return, when John Cena was in the ring night after WrestleMania, and everyone knew it was going to be happening because anyone paying attention knew. But it was that point of, they left it so late where you started to question yourself, because I told my brother, I remember I was watching this episode with my brother, and I said to my brother, "Oh, do you want to know something?" Because he doesn't keep up with the dirt sheets and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, Brock Lesnar is meant to be coming back tonight." And people are expecting that it will be like to beat up John Cena. For some reason, people just had that expectation. And I remember John Cena was in the ring. He was talking about The Rock. He was, doing whatever he was doing after WrestleMania. And my brother turned around and he was like, "It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen." And I was like, "Yes, it will." And literally 5 seconds later, the music hit.
Yeah.
And we lost our shit. Even though we knew, and it's, to me, that's the power of a good theme song, is
I think
when the music hits and it has that hype moment, or it does something to you in your brain.
Yeah.
It's 100%.
Like, 100%. So I'm struggling with this one because I do want to talk about Daniel Bryan
Okay.
because the Flight of the Valkyries, I'm pretty sure, is a
Y-
public song, so anyone can use it.
Yeah.
But the remix that they've got was Jim Johnston, I believe.
Yeah, so it's still their version. So they're
Sick, so it does
using
count.
licensed music, but they've done it in their own version.
Perfect, perfect. Well, if it's public domain, it's not even licensed. It's just anyone
Oh
can
yeah,
use it.
that's true. Yeah, yeah.
Um, you talk about a perfect song for a perfect guy. Like it
Yeah,
just
it
fits
works.
so
Yeah.
incredibly well. Whether he's the biggest babyface in the universe or the absolute bastard that he can be, which is part of the reason I love Daniel Bryan so much. I think he might even be like my second favorite wrestler ever. It just fits so well, and like I said, the way it works, no matter if he's face or heel, he doesn't need a different theme or even a different remix on it. It's just perfect, and it doesn't need to change on depending on what gimmick he's doing. When he was going for that Greenpeace loving dude, it still fit wonderfully. And like I said, it is one of those. It's got that immediate initial kind of intro bit where it is immediately like, shit, Daniel Bryan's coming here, sort of thing.
I've got a Daniel Bryan question for you because I've been
Yes.
thinking about Daniel Bryan
Yeah.
over the weekend
Mm-hmm.
after what happened on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think happens with him now?
He'll probably just move within WWE.
Okay. Okay.
If he wasn't moving within WWE, it would have been for his WWE contract, not his SmackDown contract.
True.
Which is the
True.
key thing. That's why I was always a bit like, well, Daniel Bryan's just going to
So
lose.
where
He?
do you think he shows up next, and when? How long do you think they leave it before
I've
he
got a
shows
feeling
up
it'll be
again?
NXT
Okay. Okay, that would be cool.
because he's
That would
always
be
said
really
he's
cool.
wanted to do stuff on proper NXT. And if there's ever going to be
NXT's a lighter schedule as well, right? So
yeah, it is. Yeah, it's one place. It is the place where you can come in, do 3 months, and then bugger off for a bit.
And also, well, because with NXT, obviously they don't tape it anymore because it's live, so it makes the schedule a little bit more busy.
Yeah.
But I feel like when crowds eventually come back, which I assume will be quite soon at this point, it feels like he could do NXT and just be on the weekly show and not do anything else, and that would kind of be enough.
I mean, you'd want him on the takeovers, but sure.
Yeah. But one takeover every few months is better than one pay-per-view every 2 weeks, right? So it's still less wrestling.
For me, Daniel Bryan is the guy where WWE bends to his will and lets him wrestle in other places. Because you don't want. It's not the Kurt Angle situation where you had to let him go.
Together, yeah. If you lose him altogether, it's a tough one because at that point he'll be having matches and he'll be doing things that you didn't let him do, and you will get even more kind of negative press for the fact that you took time of his career away when you didn't need to do that.
Yeah, kind of. It is also just that, simply put, people will follow Bryan out of WWE.
Yeah.
Like people will just follow him wherever he goes and leave WWE behind.
It's almost like the Jericho thing, right? Where the reason that Jericho is in AEW to some degree, obviously the guy's still a great wrestler anyway, but the reason he's in AEW is to attract old WWE fans who maybe haven't watched wrestling for a little while.
Yeah. And like I said, it is his wrestling brain as well. Like he said his role is very clear. It's not so much an EVP; it's more like an advisor to Tony Khan sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really think if WWE are going to bend and open up relationships with other people, Daniel Bryan is going to be the cause because he has been the most popular thing since Stone Cold.
I think the funny thing about, before we get back onto themes, there's a few more really good themes to talk about. But before we get back to that, I think the funny thing about the wrestling industry right now, at least from my perspective, is it's changing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's much like the video games industry, which we cover over on our other
I
channels,
was thinking the exact same thing.
where people need to adapt and change now and not be so stubborn about
Yeah,
keeping everything
yeah,
so
yeah,
closed. And I think, over in games, you're seeing people work together who
yeah.
wouldn't have ever worked
I mean,
together before.
even just in wrestling, we're seeing that. Like MLW's just joined with WWE. Impact, New Japan, AAA, AEW all doing their thing, and it's really, really benefiting TNA. Oh, sorry, Impact at the very
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
Um,
They should just
Imagine the
still be
numbers.
called TNA.
Nah, I like Impact Wrestling.
Really, you do?
Yeah, I like Impact, especially because they only have one show.
That's true.
If they had more than one show, then sure. But TNA has there's a couple of different ways you can take the piss out of TNA.
It
I
has
think Impact
something
Wrestling's good.
attached to it, right? That's the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whether it be Albert and Test,
yeah.
or whether it be something more X-rated, we'll say. I think TNA was a bit of a
For sure, for sure.
easy name,
But yeah, I just think, I'd like to see
I think it's coming.
maybe
I do think
maybe
it's coming.
maybe you're right. Maybe Daniel Bryan is the point where I just wonder in my head if it does happen with Bryan where they say, yeah, you can go where you want, but our company still has to
Well,
come first kind of thing.
it kind of almost happened with Jericho, as we said before, because
Yeah.
when he went to New Japan, Vince was okay with it. He was like, "Yeah, sit, go
Yeah.
fly the WWE flag
But
over there."
obviously that was a different situation because Jericho wasn't under contract at the time.
Problem is, Daniel Bryan might not be for much longer either.
That's true. That's
His
true.
contract is very,
I
very
do
close,
I
apparently.
do wonder whether they're going to get back to the point. I think I can't remember who it is. Someone in New Japan said recently, one of the top guys who's kind of running the company over there, said that the wrestling landscape has changed and the best thing companies can do now is basically listen to the fans and give the fans what they want,
Yeah,
give them the dream
yeah,
matches,
100%.
work together to make the best matches
100%.
possible.
Because that's what AEW is doing, and they're
Yeah,
not far off numbers that Raw are doing and SmackDown are
yeah,
doing now.
yeah.
Now that they're
And they're
solo
also
on
much
Wednesday.
lesser known. If they're doing numbers this well at the moment, what are they going to be like in
Absolutely,
5 years' time?
absolutely,
So
absolutely. It might be a case if they continue to grow, because they are still growing like pretty well.
for
There
sure,
is no choice but a crossover,
yeah, for sure.
which we don't.
Oh, that
That
would be
Royal Rumble would
amazing.
be sick.
But yes, AEW. If you've got a brain over there, Tony Khan, I know you've got a brain.
He has got a big
Go
brain.
to Jim Johnston, please, and get some really cool themes done. Thank you very much. I'd appreciate that. Because yeah, that guy's created some great themes. Some really iconic ones. Undertaker, for example, being one of the most iconic.
Yeah, even if it takes him 100 years to get to the ring.
Another one, and this is one that I genuinely love and would be on my list, and I don't even know why,
Mm-hmm.
but it's No Chance in Hell. Vince McMahon.
Okay.
I something about that theme.
It is
I
just like
just
an iconic one because of who it's attached to and
yeah,
his importance.
yeah. But
I
also
hate Stephanie's theme.
oh yeah, I do.
I
But
really don't like Stephanie's
the
theme.
thing about Vince's theme is again, it's one of those that really fits the character.
Mm-hmm.
You do remember it because of who it's attached to, but at the end of the day, it's still a pretty good theme as well because it represents the character and when
It's not one of those that
who
I
it
would listen
is,
to
right?
outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's one of those. It's so intrinsically tied with that character, with his importance through like the 90s, the early 2000s, and even now.
Do you know
to a
what
degree.
we shit on Vince a lot. Everybody shits on Vince a lot, but I'll tell you what, man. Without Vince, where the fuck would wrestling be right now?
Yeah, I mean it is one of those, like, he has done some incredible things for wrestling, but he is also detrimental to WWE's failings at the moment and the last 10 years.
For sure, for sure.
which is a
What
shame.
other themes have you got then?
I'm gonna go NXT. I'm gonna
Okay.
go Johnny Gargano. Not his current one, even though I like that. Rebel Hearts, I think, is a great one because it's is very, very upbeat, very, very cool sounding, and again, it fits him so well. And I think it's something that NXT have done better than most of the main roster.
Yeah.
Is they seem to work a bit harder in making a entrance team that fits with the character.
Until you hear that Glorious was meant to be Nakamura's theme originally. Did you know that?
Which could have still worked, I think.
It could have, but would it have? Do you know what I mean?
Wait, hold on. I'm not sure about that because he debuted before that.
No, so no. So
they already had it, or is like AJ's one was meant to be someone else's.
So basically, yeah, they have actually confirmed themselves that Glorious was originally made as a theme for Nakamura, and then they kept it in the bank and used it later because at one point they were also going to use it. Apparently, there was a discussion about using it maybe on 205 Live, as the theme for that show.
Yeah, that would have been terrible.
But I wanted to bring up those two themes actually, talking about Glorious and Nakamura's Rising Sun.
To be fair, I really liked the remix one as well when he was heel.
The heel one, yeah, I like the heel one. I don't think it's quite as good though. Like it loses something.
No, it does reek of Stone Cold when he got the lyrics sort of thing. It's not as good, but it's still like okay, cool sort of thing.
Yeah.
100%.
But yeah, because it's like Nakamura's theme, and some of the entrances he had during NXT with the takeovers and stuff with the violins.
I mean that his debut on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Was just great.
And then you've obviously got Bobby Roode with Glorious, and that theme fits him so well.
It does.
Like
it does
so well because he is a character who should think he's the best. He should think, that character should think he's better. He's
a weird amalgamation of like Rick Rude, Triple H, and Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And like he absolutely nails it. I think he's so underrated.
For sure.
I love him in this tag team he's doing, as I've said a bunch of times.
So I'm with you. I think NXT has some great themes. I also think they have some terrible ones, to be honest.
I really like who.
I just think some of them just don't.
Some of them are super generic.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. It's like I'm not going to shit on anyone specifically, but there's some that just don't really do anything for me, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Obviously, we've talked a lot about Tommaso Ciampa, but his
great. It's a great theme.
No one will survive. I love that.
Fantastic team.
Love it.
I like it's the use of the heart rate as well that I really like.
Yeah.
Back to like a Taz.
Do you know one theme that I wasn't keen on originally, and then I actually really did like later on, and it was Samoa Joe's theme. In WWE.
His first one was terrible.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe hated his first one. He went to Triple H. He's like, I can't use this. Because it was like this weird 90s hip hoppy kind of shit. Yeah. And you can see it when he's coming out. He's trying to be all like intense and stuff. And it sounds like he should be like dressed like Run DMC. It's terrible. Especially with the like, because he kept the same opening and then it transitions into that weird.
Yeah.
Like, no, his second one's dope.
Oh,
the second one's great. It makes him feel like the monster he should be.
What else have you got then?
What was I going to say? Oh damn. Damn it. I'll throw Shawn Michaels in there real quick because I forgot what I actually wanted to say.
That would have been one of mine. I think
that is probably the most like perfect in terms of fitting the character.
Yeah, and it's weird because it almost feels like it shouldn't though. It almost feels like it shouldn't really fit the character.
Yeah.
And then it does, and I mean, I'll take Kurt Angle's remix of it as well, to be honest. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Like, if they would have, oh god,
I can't remember what he says.
sexy Kurt, right?
Oh, okay. I'm just yeah, that was it.
I'm just a
In my
sexy
head, he
Kurt.
was saying,
And he
yeah,
goes, I'll make your ankle hurt.
yeah. Kurt Angle is the best ever. Like his theme tunes up there as well.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
that and his TNA one. To be fair,
Do
I
you know
like his
what as
TNA one.
well? I really liked the ECW version of his theme.
Where they
he
like
went,
skip the front. Yeah.
yeah, I think that was really clever, and it was
Yeah, because it kind of got rid of the "you suck" bit.
yeah.
Which worked. Yeah, no, Kurt Angle's is fantastic as well.
Yeah, man. All I've got in my head now is Kurt Angle singing "I'm sexy Kurt."
That's a sexy Kurt.
Oh god. I feel like they should have actually have made that a theme, just for, even if it was for like the one match, just for a laugh.
No. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have both got fantastic themes.
Yeah.
Both are incredible. Both. Kevin Owens is like, it's got that Steve Austin charm to it.
Yeah.
Where it does have it's instantly recognizable. It doesn't need lyrics or anything like that. It just kind of, it fits him perfectly, whether he's face or heel.
Yeah.
Again, it fits him perfectly, and it's an immediate. It doesn't quite have a a glass shatter or something similar intro, but it works enough. And again, Sami Zayn, it's weird, so weird, because I generally thought when he turned heel he'd need a different theme,
but he doesn't, right?
But he's worked it in, and he's doing the same thing. It's just he's turned it up to 11, and he's like really smug and dickish with it, and his dancing and everything.
Yeah, I can't give Sami Zayn enough praise right now. Like, he might be the best thing going on at the moment.
I'd say Roman is.
Yeah, but I mean, outside of that very top picture.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure.
He probably is the best thing. Go on.
William Regal.
Oh, okay.
William Regal.
I wasn't expecting Regal to.
Perfect. It's perfect because it sounds like a super villain, like a Bond villain sort of thing. It's perfect. Fair. It fits him so well.
Fair.
That's a fantastic one. Should we talk about Too Cool? That's pretty fun. That's a pretty fun one. I'm on IMDb.
Okay.
These are just Jim Johnson's ones, but you can also take it. Anything that's on Spotify under WWE's, either their albums or something like that, is a WWE one. Apparently, according to this, Jim Johnson did write Chris Benoit's theme. So
okay.
I'm going to take that because I really like that theme. Let's see, what else have we got here?
I really like, and I don't even know why, because it's not great, but I just like it. The Hurricanes theme.
I was thinking that. They're back. It's great. It is one of those. Like, it's not Glass Shatter. It's not like that, but it's a similar thing. It's just the different mentality that goes with it. You're like, oh yeah, sort of thing. It's not your holy shit one. It's your fucking awesome. It's yeah, man, he's great. I love the Hurricane. He's so good.
I mean,
I also liked him outside of that. I thought he was fantastic. He had he really felt like Pac before Pac.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Being that bastard character.
Yeah, when he was doing the Gregory Helms thing, cruiserweight champion, he was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do. Obviously, we mentioned them earlier, but Stone Cold and The Rock. I think that we've got to talk about their themes, because The Rock's is literally electrifying. Like it comes on and it makes you feel an energy that you don't otherwise feel. And then Stone Cold's is just that holy shit moment. It literally is like breaking glass, right? It's It is. I don't know.
It's attention grabbing.
Yeah.
Whereas The Rock is a bit more spectacle and there's a bit more look at me.
Yeah.
Steve Austin's is just like, bam, I'm here, fuck you.
And it's like, this is the thing about The Rock's. The thing that made me really realize that how good The Rock's theme is when I was watching this Miz 24 thing on the network. he talks about the night that Vince said to him, "You're going to dress up as The Rock, and everybody's going to believe you are The Rock." And
Yeah,
Miz
because
was,
they don't quite pay attention. They're just like, "Oh my god, the Rock's here!" Ah, wait,
yeah,
it's not the Rock.
but Miz talks about the fact of like he went to walk out and Vince says wait, and he makes him wait until they reach like the apex
Yeah,
of the cheer,
yeah.
and then he makes him walk out.
Yeah.
And Miz says it's that thing of it worked, and then he sniffed the air the same way The Rock does, and people still believed it was The Rock until he took the glasses off. It was like,
yeah, it's weird. People didn't notice he was significantly shorter, lighter, muscle wise.
yeah. And he
Funny.
even says, like, the first thing he said to Vince was, "I'm not a 6'5", 265-pound Samoan. How are people gonna believe?" And it's almost like the music made them believe. It's almost like that music came on and it gave people that Rock energy.
Yeah.
And therefore they just believed it was The Rock until the energy had kind of gone away, and then they were like, "Oh."
It's a shame it didn't work for fake Diesel and fake Razor Ramon.
Yeah. So
but then we wouldn't have had Kane, so silver linings.
True.
I remember which one I want to talk about.
Go on. What have you
Mike
got?
and Maria Kanellis.
Oh, I love it.
Their theme tune. So I have a theory.
Go on.
They should have debuted on NXT and they would have been stars.
Yeah.
Main roster, people are like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah. Well, everyone knew Maria, but nobody cared about her, right? That's the problem.
NXT, people would have cared because it's like, oh, sick an indie star. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the crowd for it. And with that theme tune as well.
Yeah.
We saw the exact same thing with Bobby Roode. Half of it was his entrance, his aura. And stuff
the character can come later, right? Like you can build the character later. The theme.
I was thinking the other way around. I think they would have been more character than they're good in ring, or
That's
Mike
true.
is good in ring.
That's true. Actually,
but he's not. Yeah. They are kind of Bobby Roode levels. They're not phenomenal in ring sort of thing. Even though they are very, very
AJ
good.
Styles and how much I still hate his theme.
Oh, I like his theme. I think it's a bit odd, but
I hate it because I don't think it's the right pacing for him.
And it works.
And what I mean by that is I think if you compare it to his TNA theme was so much better.
I much preferred the second TNA theme. Third one he got.
Oh, dear.
When he was doing his movie. Yeah, I thought that was dope.
Okay.
Yeah, Johnny Cash one. Is it Johnny Cash?
I think it was. It was. I believe so.
They remixed it. That one was sick.
But I'm with you. I like the Mike and Maria Kanellis.
They would have been huge if they debuted in TNA. In NXT.
You know what? This one's controversial, but I also like the Enzo and Cass theme. I think
that one's tough because half the time you don't actually hear the theme. But I'm with you. I completely get it. I throw the Revival in there as well.
Yeah.
Mostly just for that pop they got when they debuted against. Say yeah! Oh shit! Like
yeah.
Man, they were such good. American Alpha as well. They had a great one. Team 3D.
A lot of tag teams have really good themes. To be fair, a lot of tag teams.
Yeah. 100%. I'm never too keen on this guy's theme.
Smash them together. Yeah. Sometimes it works.
Sometimes it does. I think Jericho's one worked okay because they kind of remixed it. I'm okay with the Dirty Dogs one currently.
Yeah.
I hate the ones where it's just like play a bit of this one, play a bit of this one, and play a bit of that one again, because it just sounds fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Sounds so bad.
I kind of like what they did with Cesaro and Sheamus though. For the theme, like what they did with the theme.
Yeah, that was okay.
Because the way they separated that worked, right?
Well, I mean, it was just the initial intro sirens to Cesaro's.
Yeah.
And then it was Sheamus's.
Yeah.
So it worked. I think Sheamus has got a pretty good theme, especially his previous one.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I like those, even though I think this one works better as a wrestling theme.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if that's a licensed one or not. Actually, the old one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What are there?
Can you remember Elijah Burke?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I liked his theme.
Okay.
I liked to see. I thought it fitted him. I've always been gutted about how he turned out because he looked like he was going to be a star.
Yeah.
They should have built that brand around him. Punk. What was he called? Not Monty
I mean,
Brown.
I think they chose. I
Corvon.
know,
Bobby
I'm not gonna.
Lashley.
I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible because I do think this guy deserves to be where he is.
Bobby.
But I think at the time they chose people like Lashley over the likes of Elijah Burke. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't have a problem with Bobby. It was more so like that. The whole angle with Punk, Burke. Is it Shane Thorne and like some newer guys?
Yeah,
It
it was Kevin Thorne.
Kevin
who
Thorne,
was
not
the,
Shane
yeah.
Thorne. That's Slapjack. It did the same thing as WCW did. It was like these up and coming new guys.
We'll make them the bad ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's dumb. No, make them the good guys because you want to build for them. It was silly.
Yeah.
It was silly. Let's have a look.
But then, do you know what is odd? They did the new guys as the bad guys for Nexus, and it worked
because they did it properly. They went fully in.
Yeah, true.
For a month.
True.
And we hadn't seen that sort of thing before.
There's
either.
Another theme that I want to talk about, and I don't know how good it is. It's just one that I personally like, and that is the NWO theme.
Oh yeah,
and
that's iconic.
You know, I think it qualifies because they have used it in WWE as well. It's not just a WCW.
Well, theme. I mean, to be fair, any WCW theme counts because WWE owns all of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Again,
that's
unless
true.
It was a licensed song, like they used. I can't remember who it is, but on like house shows and stuff like that, NWO did use a licensed.
Yeah,
maybe it was just a Wolfpack, but they used a licensed, like really popular rock song at the time.
Yes.
But anything WCW or ECW for that matter.
True. But yeah, the NWO theme, love it.
Yeah.
I wonder, they won't, but I do wonder whether WWE at any point are going to try and do a new version of the NWO. Not necessarily call them the NWO, but whether there will be like a new NWO, like we had the Bullet Club, is essentially the NWO.
There's one very good reason they won't. It's because Vince doesn't like factions.
Yeah, but teams. How fucking odd is that?
I know. His company was built on factions like DX, Evolution, Undisputed Era.
They make stories more interesting because you never 100% know what's going to happen because of the dynamic between the groups, right? Like Evolution, man. I know that that's a licensed song,
but I think it counts because it wasn't actually written by them.
They were brought in to do it as well, right? They
just
they are a
it.
band, but yeah,
it's Motorhead. I think it's the same with Triple H's theme. They didn't write it. Jim Johnson wrote that, so I think they count.
I think so. Yeah, I think
Evolution is a banger. King of Kings as well. I think that counts.
To be fair, I like all of Triple H's themes. Like
I don't like his old one. His old one's horrible.
The old one, like
I
know the one you mean.
Yeah, before he got the
Triple H. That one. I know the one you mean.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's some really good themes out there. There's like many that I'm struggling to think.
I like everything Seth Rollins. I like his first like Burn It. Well, it wasn't called Burn It Down, but his first like heavy metal one, and then the Messiah stuff was awesome. I really like that, and then they changed it back to the Burn It Down, and now he's got a newer Burn It Down, which I also like.
Yeah,
I think Seth Rollins is. I just love
with
Seth
the
Rollins.
Messiah one. I just liked the way it opened.
I love the Messiah one because he fully embraced it, and he changed to fit it really well, and
Rollins
his whole attitude just worked.
He's one of those odd wrestlers right now, though, where I don't understand what his place in the company is because he's not the top guy anymore.
So I know where his place in the company is. He's one of those where he's kind of already a veteran, but he's not at the peak yet. I don't think. I think that's I think that's why I don't get it because they're treating him like he's already a veteran, even though. But it's something he's always done. He's always. Forever. Yeah, ever since he got to the top spot.
I don't mean it in a
No,
negative
no, no,
way.
no, no. It is just the kind of odd position he's in. But ever since he'd reached the apex, he'd always bring people up. You saw it with Jason Jordan, Buddy Murphy, AOP. Now he's
Yeah,
doing it with Cesaro, whoever's next after that.
he's using
He
his
is
star
always
power to help people,
exactly,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
He's like the Daniel Bryan or CM Punk did to
yeah.
a degree.
True.
I think Rollins is going to be
It
one of
just
those that we talk about as one of the best ever.
I agree,
I
but
love Rollins.
it's so strange to me because Rollins, I get why he's not the top guy right now,
Mm.
but it would be weird if he's never the top guy
Oh, he
again.
will be.
And
He absolutely will be.
but I almost get that impression that maybe he won't. Like,
I mean, everyone goes through that though. All the top stars go through that.
that's true.
They all go
That's
through their
true.
time away. I mean, AJ is a tag team champion now, and he didn't even want to be a tag team champion. He
Did he
wanted to
not?
fight Triple H. He didn't want the tag team match. He wanted Triple H.
I thought he didn't want to fight Triple H.
No, other way
What?
around.
Oh, what I heard was
He
he got
really didn't want
offered the
tag
Triple
team.
H match.
Yeah, he wanted. No, he was asking for the Triple H match.
Oh,
He
right.
did not want the tag team
Oh, wow.
because it means nothing.
No.
It means nothing.
The thing
It's a
is, they
shame.
can. The funny thing with all these belts is they can quite easily make them mean something again. They just need to deal with them in a different way.
I think it's a bit harder than quite easily because there are so many seemingly stupid people that work for WWE.
True. True.
Like, for example, if Cesaro doesn't win, that's a big problem
So I've
because
been
they kind of put
so I've been
themselves in a
going
corner where they need to.
I've been going back through the build up there and what they've been doing with Cesaro, and there's no way he can't win.
They've put themselves in a corner.
There's-
It's going to go nuclear if they don't let him win.
Like,
Unless he loses, wins the Rumble, wins at Mania.
yeah, unless this is the thing, unless he loses in a manner where he comes so close that it makes sense story wise to do it. If he gets in the ring with Roman and gets destroyed, that's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That's dumb. Like that is actually
because
dumb.
it also feels like where Roman's character is going. Every match on recent pay-per-views, it's felt closer and closer and closer. And the only reason Bryan isn't champion is because the referee got knocked out, or Edge was also holding submission and no one noticed because Edge and
do you know
Bryan
what?
started hitting each other.
I still don't understand. To be honest, story-wise, it still didn't make sense to me as to why Edge would stop Bryan from winning the belt.
Because Edge wanted it.
Yeah,
Edge was a heel.
Edge still would have had the match anyway. That's why it doesn't make sense to me. Edge still would have had the championship match.
Oh, sorry, with you. Right.
So
I'm with you. I was thinking WrestleMania. I'm like, because he wanted to win. No, would you? Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Unless the only thing I think of, and I think it's something they should have touched on, is the reason that he turned so quickly on Bryan is because he doesn't think he can beat Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a shame because if this was 5 years before and they kind of did it anyway, Daniel Bryan should be the final boss.
I know what you mean.
Because as awesome as Reigns is, and has as dominant and badass and destructive as he looks, Daniel Bryan could kick your fucking head to space.
Yeah, true.
Daniel Bryan is a monster when he wants to be, and again, that's part of the reason I love him. He can be the most babyface of babyfaces, or he can be the absolute most despicable bastard.
Before we get back to a couple more themes and then finish off the show, I want to ask something about Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Why do you think it took them so long to make the right choice and make him heel?
Because he potentially wouldn't have come back if they didn't let him turn heel.
Yeah, but it's odd, right? Because
it's because they were so obsessed with making him.
Do they not understand though that in this day and age of wrestling, heels also make a shit ton of money?
I really don't think they do. I really don't think they do. They look at stuff like the New Day, which I think should turn heel.
Yeah, but they can still make a shit ton of money, right? Like,
well, it's like the John Cena thing. John Cena was meant to turn heel in, I want to say 2012, but I don't think that's right. He was meant to turn heel. He had new entrance music and stuff like that. Everything was lined up. Yeah. And then last minute, Vince was like, nah, we're not doing it.
It's crazy.
That would have been huge. Because look
Yeah.
at Hogan.
Yeah.
Hogan turned heel, and it
And
became
this,
the biggest.
but
It changed the wrestling world.
but this is what I mean. I don't understand how they cannot see that. You know, for example, outside of WWE, Kenny Omega is a heel right now. He's arguably one of the hottest things in the business because of what he's doing right
I
now.
think they've positioned him that way. I'm not actually a big fan of Kenny Omega at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of any of it, to be honest, because it just feels really boring. It's okay, we're just doing the Bullet Club thing again. It's like, cool, haven't we moved on from this? Cody's moved on from it. Like, I think the Bucks could be doing far more interesting things. I think it just makes Kenny seem like he needs those people when
I
he
think
doesn't.
I think the problem with what they're doing with Kenny now is it would have made sense if they had done it straight away.
It would have made sense to me if they did this and he turned on, like fully turned on Hangman.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just kind of like it was a big deal when he turned on Omega, on Mox, but it kind of just came out of nowhere, sort of thing. And that's not what AEW's been. They've, seeds have been planted. They've, stuff with the Pinnacle, for instance.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you can look back months, and they've been hinting at it for such a long time.
I am looking forward to that match, the Pinnacle and Inner Circle match. I
Yeah,
think that'd be an
I'm
interesting one.
gonna pick that one up and watch it at some point.
I don't know. Like it's just this odd thing where I just wondered why they took so long with Reigns to turn him heel, because
they're stubborn.
Surely at this point they have to understand that heels still make money. Like Reigns
Heels are the crux of the industry, though. That's the thing. Like, you can't have your Stone Cold Steve Austin, your Daniel Bryan and stuff like that without the heels there. So that's why a lot of the time faces in WWE feel shit.
Like the reason that Stone Cold is as big as he is because of McMahon, right?
Yeah, it's because of McMahon, Vince, The Rock, Stone. No, he is Stone Cold. Damn it.
But what I mean is, every top face, every like industry defining face, has an equal heel.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
That is something that is missing these days. Like,
Cena's the only one who maybe didn't. Somehow he managed to be.
I'd say Orton was his.
Yeah, that's true actually.
Like, he had shorter stints with other people, like Punk could have been considered.
Orton and Edge potentially for Cena those were the two that made up for.
Especially when in the brand split era, because obviously,
Yeah, for sure.
You had like Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, sort of thing.
So let's finish this one off, Luke. What other themes have you got?
Okay, not his current one, because they've remixed it and I kind of hate it. Baron Corbin has got a dope theme tune.
Mm-hmm.
His
Jim Johnston's last WWE theme.
Fantastic, incredible one. I love it. It's very good. It's a shame because I think even though he does a very, very good job, I think they've ruined Corbin a lot.
Yeah, because they've made him like a parody, right?
Yeah, it's in the same vein as LOL Triple H wins or something like that, but it's like LOL. Okay, this is how we make you a heel. It's one of the things they ruined. They kind of ruined Bobby Lashley with.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of turning Drew heel, which is what they should have done, they turned Lashley heel, stupidly dropped the Hurt Business, and then just put him back with
I know.
Baron Corbin, which is dumb. I would love to see him turn face and see what they do with that.
What, Corbin, you mean?
Yeah, because he's
could Corbin
as a character, he's dead.
Yeah.
How could he turn face? I don't know. Just go away for a bit.
Yeah, true.
Just
grow his hair back.
I don't think he can.
No.
I don't. He was begging them for ages. He was like, "Let me cut my hair. It's gone."
I
prefer him without the hair, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. It is an odd one because the thing about Corbin as well is, from everything I've heard, at least, he's a very good, safe wrestler. Like, he doesn't
Yeah, he
hurt
is.
people.
Yeah.
He knows what he's
Yeah.
doing.
And outside of the ring, like
He's a cool
his
guy.
his character outside of the ring is better than his character in like been off the King stuff. It's shit. It's never been a cool look.
No, the King
Booker
thing's
made
never
it
worked
work.
outside of Booker, right? Yeah. Oh,
No, Regal was good, I think.
yeah,
But
Regal
it's
was
always
good,
something they
actually.
had to make good. It was never something that ever just fit.
Yeah.
Fuck the King stuff. It's stupid. Just here's an idea. Let him be himself.
Yeah.
Because outside of the ring, he's a very different person. He's like, yeah, I've got sports cars, I've got these cool watches. He's a bit of a Ric Flair, but with like a heavy metal tinge instead of
Yeah. And that would be cool, right? Like,
yeah,
that
let
would be
him be that
cool.
character. That's not who he is in the ring. His character is a Ric Flair style dude, but in ring, he's a monster. And I still think he's pretty good in the ring.
And
I
that,
think
but that's what
his
I
finisher's
think.
good.
That's what I think is really clever about what they've been doing with Big E. And I actually quite like Big E's new theme.
Yeah, I would have liked it if they brought the old one back.
Yeah,
That
for
would have been
sure.
cool.
But it's like what they do with Big E is he is still New Day Big E, like in terms of character.
Yeah.
But when he gets in that ring, he's a monster now.
Yeah.
Like
He's Big E unleashed. He is just Big E. I'm not sold on this new theme yet, but Pete Dunne as well. I like his old theme.
Okay.
It's another one of those where it's like perfect for him. Same as Tyler Bate. I love Tyler Bate's theme. I think it's awesome.
Yes, yeah. They're...
Very, very good. Oh, Aleister Black.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I heard he got a new theme, but I don't know if he actually got a new theme.
Well, he hasn't actually been used yet, right?
Yeah, but even before that, apparently he got given a new theme. I'm like,
oh, really?
I don't remember that.
I don't think he did.
Still got his NXT theme as far as I knew, which is sick.
He will probably get a new theme now, though, right?
I hope not. Man, I hope not, because Root of All Evil is such.
Do you think that they're going to do one of those weird character switch things where they're making you think his character is going to be one way and then he's going to be a different... Like, these vignettes have a certain feel to them and a certain...
I think they should just let him do whatever the fuck he wants because he's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of those that could be, Daniel Bryan levels, Kurt Angle levels. He could be one of those that stands out above the rest.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, he could be one of those god tier. Because, like, as great as, like, your... I don't know, I think Shawn Michaels eventually made it there, but, like, your John Cena's and, people like that, there are very few wrestlers that are damn near perfect all the way around.
Yeah.
And I think he could be.
There are very few wrestlers that are extremely good at everything, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, like, I keep going back to that Miz 24 that I watched. Highly recommend it. But someone else I know who watched it turned around and said, Miz is basically the mid-card version of The Rock.
Yes.
Because he's great on the mic. He's not necessarily the best wrestler in the ring, but he's good enough. And he just makes it work character-wise.
The thing with The Miz is his failings are down to WWE, not down to him.
Yeah.
Both times they put the big title on him in the wrong time.
Yeah.
Like, I would be, like,
the thing is,
granted it was a big moment, but I would be fucking pissed if they're like, yeah, you're going to cash in and then you're going to lose to Bobby Lashley in the next.
And the thing is as well, that almost felt like we want to get the title on Bobby Lashley and we do want him to still be a heel, but we don't want him to have too much heat because it's a moment, for him and it means something. I think it's weird.
I think it's just shit. It was more to protect Drew than it was Bobby.
Yeah, that's true.
It was more to protect Drew because he was like Bobby was a heel. You want heat,
but it is that thing of I agree with you because I do look at Miz and I still look at Miz now as like give him a proper run at the top because I think he could do it. I really do.
He absolutely could.
Like
he absolutely could. He holds his own. Like you said, he's good enough. If he is heel John Cena,
he's
good enough in the ring, and he has got better.
Yeah, he has got.
But character-wise, sure. Mic work, all that kind of side of stuff, he's phenomenal. Yeah. Just please break him up with. Just stop whatever the fuck you're doing with him now because it's shit. It sucks. He hasn't been good in like 2 years.
Yeah.
Just stop all the bullshit stuff and go back to
what they do now is what they try to do what they used to do, and it doesn't work anymore, right? And that's the problem.
Miz is at that stage where it's like, why aren't you letting him do what he wants?
Yeah.
And dear God, if this is what he wants to do, don't let him do what he wants, because, oh boy, it's not fun to watch.
Yeah.
But the only reason the Mania match was good was because of Damian Priest and credit where it's due. In the ring, they're very good, but the angle was terrible. It was Bad Bunny and Damian Priest that were keeping it just
for
about
sure,
alive.
for sure. Yeah, no, I'd love to see more from the Miz. I think it's interesting that the 2 times he's won the top belt are from cash-ins. He's never won it straight up.
It's because they don't believe he can, and I think that's stupid.
But it's dumb because they obviously believe in him somewhat because he's never been fired or released. You know, it's
he almost did, but then John Cena almost did as well.
So it's an odd one. It's a real odd one. I hope to see, because I feel like Miz is one of those that within the next couple of years is probably going to retire.
Maybe. I mean, the way he wrestles,
he could go on for a while.
Yeah. I mean, how old is he now?
I think he's 40 now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. 40. And he could easily go for another 10, I reckon.
I mean, he could do. He has been in the industry for 15 years, though. So, I don't know. It's hard to say. He's very rarely been injured, I believe.
Yeah. So, yeah. And again, that's thanks to his style, and it fits well with his character. Do you know what they should do? Just go back to doing the Hollywood stuff with him.
Yeah.
Because that was stuff great. They should have put the title on him.
Make him Johnny Cage. like have him be.
Oh, as in WWE.
Yeah.
I mean, he was. He was when he had the Miztourage, and he absolutely was. Absolutely was. And I don't know why that's not quite what they're doing now, because John Morrison does movies as well.
Yeah.
And so it's the same thing. He's not doing big movies. He's doing.
If it was both of them doing it, it would work, right?
Yeah, it's not. They're just doing some stupid. It's like when DX came back.
Yeah.
And they tried to be funny and stuff. And other than kicking Shawn Spears in the face, which was hilarious.
For sure.
They just weren't the same. It just wasn't as funny because it was like a watered down.
I'm gonna leave you with one more theme that I like. I don't necessarily think this is an amazing theme, but again, it's one of those that I just really like, and it's Finn Balor.
Oh, I was gonna say Finn Balor. I love Finn Balor.
I really like Finn Balor's theme.
Yeah.
Something really cool about it. I don't know.
I mean, he is just very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Where would you leave it, Luke? What's your final one?
Ooh, I don't know. I do quite like Dolph Ziggler's.
Yeah.
I think again it is one that fits him. It is just another character that WWE fucked up because he was injury prone.
True.
No, he's not injury prone. I'm just looking through Spotify now to see if there are any more that stands out. I think Damian Priest is okay. Bailey, maybe I quite like Bailey.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say. Oh, you know what? Keith Lee. Before they changed it, and made it terrible. Rhea Ripley as well. Brutality is dope.
What about Becky Lynch?
Nah.
You're not feeling the Becky Lynch thing?
I think she needs a new one. It doesn't fit anymore.
Okay.
I think she needs a new one to go with the newer character. I'm worried that she never comes back.
Yeah.
She just might not. I'll leave it with who did I say? Rhea Ripley. I think Brutality is a dope song.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, it fits her very well.
I'll give you that. That was a good one. So, people, there is your power hour. I have no idea how long we've been going. This, for all I know, this episode may have been 3 hours long.
But we're just over an hour.
So it is basically a power hour today. So that's nice. Let us know, what are some of your favorite WWE themes or wrestling themes in general? I would love to hear that. because there are some really good ones out there, and there are many good ones that we didn't talk about today.
For sure. Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
and I'm sure this is something we will revisit in the future when new themes come along, and we'll probably
Yeah.
rate these new themes and things like that.
Yeah, maybe we'll figure out how to do a tier list at some point.
Yes, yeah, for
That'd be
sure,
fun.
for sure. I'm not sure what we'll be doing in the next episode. We're gonna figure that out.
Maybe
Over,
for like funniest moments
that
or
would be
funny
cool.
moments that stick out to me.
That would be really cool.
That could
Yeah,
be a good
maybe
one
we
to play
do.
around with.
We
We've
do
got
funny moments.
there's a bunch of stuff we could do, but
Yeah.
we'll
So
get there.
look out for that. I hope you've enjoyed this one. And if you have, we have 2 words for you. Luke, what are those 2 words?
They are please subscribe.
And we will see you next time. Goodbye.